Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey, happy Tuesday. Hey, what's up, y'all? What y'all doing? Y'all busy? Okay, y'all ain't doing nothing. Listen, thank you so much for joining me for our very first Love is Blind live of the season. Can everybody hear me? Y'all comment down below. Comment in the chat, yes, if you can hear me, because I just want to make sure that you can hear exactly what I'm saying. But anywho, if you are watching this on the replay, please do not hesitate to skip ahead. Okay. If you need to skip ahead, go head on because you know I'm going to say hi to my people. Thank y'all for telling me yes in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So across the screen, we got a few things scrolling to introduce the people. Okay. Now y'all can take a look at that while I speak to y'all. Let me speak. Hey, Misunderstood. Hey, Christine. Hey, Aaron. Aaron said, I watched your reviews for episodes 1 through 6, and I'm still dying to know what you think about this cast. I cannot wait. Hey, FAMU. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Another Round. Hey, A. Hey, Niche. Hey, Tiffy Wow. Hey, Jay. Hey, Pink Honey. Hey, Belicious. Hey, Markeisha. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Danny Webb. Hey, Michelle Bird. Hey, Ashley. Hey, She Curves Words. Hey, Mushroom Girl. Hey, Lisa Lou. Hey, Manessa. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Coventry. Hey, Just Courtney. Hey, Omar. Hey, Ileana. Hey, AW. PK Harvey. Hey, Queen Kathy. Hey, Melly Mel 67. Hey, Niecy Nicole. Hey, Virgilian. Hey, Britt. Hey, Nell 813. What's up, Leah? Hey, Brandy. Hey, Shay, Brittany, Ren, Dayana. Let me see what Omar talking about because you know how he be doing. Y'all know what AD looks like to me and sounds like. Y'all remember Michaela off of How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis's student. Michaela, that's what she gives me. No, she definitely gives me Paige with an edge. But I do know who you're talking about. She just gives me Paige with an edge, child. It's just something about it. Look, skeptical said, you reading them. Listen, I'm really not. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. I just really want them to get themselves together. Hey, Valana. Hey, Chandra. Hashtag AD's leave out. Baby, 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 baby. Listen, girl, you do not go on nationally televised television, streaming or not, with your leave out, barely leaving out. You're gonna have to get that together. Okay. Like, and then I tried to ignore it, y'all, but then she kept running her fingers through the sides, and the sides was way back. And I was like, back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. I just playing. I just playing. I just playing. But baby, it was back there. Do you hear me? I'm not gonna play with you, Chandra. Do not have me going on here talking about this girl because it's nothing we can do at this point. Hey, Chris. Hey, Tink Tink. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Meredith. Hey, Elizabeth S. Hey, Blackberry. Hey, Sunshine and Flowers. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Lex. Hey, baby girl 17. Listen, y'all, we are officially at the 5 minute mark. So let's just get right into the mess. Okay. Let's just get right into it. Let's just get right on into it. We don't have no time to waste. I have a toothache. I always got something going on when it's time for me to do a live. I can be perfectly fine. But then all of a sudden, my body starts falling apart as soon as it knows that I'm about to do a live. So if you have made it this far, then welcome. Okay, I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade. But this right here is a live. So you're liable to hear anything. So just come on in, take a seat. The opinionated family will welcome you right on in. Now, sometimes they get a little bit, too opinionated, but we still gonna go with it. Okay, we gonna still go with it. So let's just get right into the mess. Child, this is a fool. So I took the liberty of creating these little cards for them. So if you take a look at the screen, as far as Clado is concerned, that's what I like to call him. He says they call him Clay, but okay. It says got a big ego. And if that don't describe him, I don't know what does. And I'm not talking about the one that Beyonce was singing about. I'm talking about him. Over on the other side, you have Matthew. Remember Matthew was going to find Amber? Matthew was going to find Amber. He can't be trusted. In the middle, we have Laura. All I have to say is bean dip. Really? That's what you think? Bean dip? Oh, baby, we're going to get into it with you in just a minute. So don't worry, because we got more to come. Okay. Yes, Angel Eyes 33. I did make up these captions. I sure did. AD's hers caption reads, "I'm more than my body." Well, AD, honey, the way you was up there blinking and thinking up in Jimmy Crack Corn's damn face, we gonna talk about it. Chelsea's is, "I'm uncomfy." Girl, hush. Okay. Just damn hush. I have never seen anybody, and I do mean anybody, whine like Chelsea whined on episode 6. I said, if you don't listen, Chelsea, I don't want to be mean to you now. But girl, if you don't shut up, we don't give a damn. Over here on the left-hand side with the men and a few of the ladies, we have Jimmy Crack Corn. Where's Megan? Yeah, we don't know either, sir. We don't know. Okay. We don't know. And Megan is probably going to send a cease and desist over here to Love is Blind because she's sick of it. Okay. She damn sick of it. She is sick of y'all using her name every single season. Y'all don't look nothing like that lady. Okay. That's like everybody when they be like, yeah, I'm the Beyonce of the group. Beyonce is the Beyonce of the group. Megan is the Megan Fox. Okay. Y'all ain't no Fox. So y'all won't be over here behind this wall on Love is Blind. Over on the other side, we have Brittany. He identifies as a black man. All right, girl. Down below her, down below her is the man that identifies as a black man, and that would be Deacon Kenneth. Now, the reason why I named him Deacon Kenneth is because he gonna put on a blazer, and he look like he wears slacks and hard bottom shoes down to the grocery store. Kenneth is 25, and his says nice guys finish first. In the middle, y'all know how I feel about my Trevor. Hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet. Next to him is Johnny. Johnny don't do too much. He don't do too much. Him and Amy, I'm sorry. They're in their own little bubble. They don't bother people. They don't give a damn. So Johnny has found his perfect match. Down below him is Jessica. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. I'm not finna play. Oh, child. I did do one for Trevor. His says hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet. That one is for Trevor, y'all. So, anywho, let's just get right on into the episodes. We're gonna do like a brief recap for those of you with pictures who don't have Netflix and you've listened to the review, but you got the visual, but you just need a little bit more. So we're gonna get into that, and then we're just gonna talk about them, and let's just see what we think. Okay, let's just see what we think. So first of all, let's get into these love triangles. First up is Clay, AD, and Matthew. What an unlikely love triangle. And this is what they mean by Love is Blind. Because you cannot tell me out on the street that AD would look at Matthew and say, you know what, that's him. That's the one. Yep, gotta have him. No. And I don't think she would look at Clay and say that either. Do I think that Clay will look at AD and say that? He's kind of, he give me a little feeling, so I don't know, he might. But I don't think that Matthew would look at AD and say, oh, that's the one right there. Because I think Matthew just wanted anybody. And really and truly, I think he was I'm not an industry plant, a production plant, and he ain't fooling me. So now that we have this love triangle out of the way, and we know exactly who's who, let's get into the foolishness. You're right, A Pink. Matthew is a weirdo, but he is attractive. You are absolutely right. All right, so here we go. So first up, when they get in the pods, here come Matthew with his book of questions. So he asked, what is something you think you excel at in relationships? Well, baby, what he say that for? Because one thing about AD has game. AD knows how to talk to the boys. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. One thing she knows how to do is put on that little baby voice, bat them big strip eyelashes. AD, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Take them damn big strip lashes off that you get from the hair store. We don't wear them big strip lashes down to the not the ready to love child of Love is Blind. We don't wear that. I said, what is these broom whistle lashes? I try so hard to ignore. I try so hard to ignore it, honey. Between that leave out and that sew in and wasn't all the way sewn in, and then it had a little hump in it, down to the lashes, I just could not do no more. So anywho, when she got done putting on that little voice, baby, he was like, I like you. You're nice. I think I could tie you up a little later. Honey, I don't trust it. Okay. And she was like, oh my gosh, he's so sweet. He's really nice and he likes me. Girl, Now, I know you did say that you can paint the red flags, paint your nails to match the red flags, but baby, we don't want to do that. That's not what we're here for. We're here for Love is Blind. So AD's just sitting, she just chilling, she just talking to the men's, and maybe the men's is eating it up. Now, Matthew, they went back and they discussed you. And Amber 1.0 told Amber 2.0, which would be AD, that you were saying the same damn thing at the same damn time to the same girl, same girl. You were saying everything that you were saying to her over here to her. Now, unbeknownst to Amber 1.0, she did not know that you were saying that to AD because AD was just taking it all in, honey, blinking and thinking with her little snuffleupagus lashes, honey, blinking and thinking. So she was like, oh, I'm going to cuss him all the way out when we get back in them pods. Oh, he best believe I'm going to cuss him out. So she went back to the pods and continued to let him talk. And I was like, no, I'm letting him talk, y'all. I wouldn't let him say a damn thing. Then she went into the pods with Clay. And she started talking about Matthew. And he was like, why are you talking about Matthew? Or he didn't know it was Matthew at the time. So he said, I'm in a love triangle. What kind of love triangle am I in? Tell me, quickly. Clay got an attitude. She said, it's me and you and Matthew. Me and you, your mama and your cousins too. Honey, shout out to Outcast. He was like, who the hell am I in a love triangle with? She said, Matthew. That man said, Matthew? I don't even know. Matthew? Listen, Chocolate Sooner. I was thinking the same thing. I had Soulja Boy in my head. Drake, when that woman said Matthew, baby, Clay started pacing that floor and turning around in a circle. He was pissed. Do you hear me? Baby, he was pissed. So then she tells, she has a little interaction with Matthew. And he's like, I can't do this. I heard someone on national TV. I have the whole world behind me. America is watching. Sir, we don't give a damn. We don't know you. We don't know you. Okay? We ain't never got to know you. And if we did ask you some questions, you wouldn't answer them. You don't like the word love, so you're on Is Blind. We don't know you, honey. Now, there are a select few. There's a handful of people that are with you. I saw them over on the Twitter. I don't know where they're at, but they with you. I think they're paid bots, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But oh my God. Look, Matthew said he's leaving. He's done. He's not doing anything with AD. He has to go. Okay. He has to go. Where? I have no idea. But he wants Amber to drop a pin and send a location because he walked back into that gentleman's quarters and said that he was going to find Amber. And speaking of Amber, her caption read on my little slideshow, I'm still in hiding. That's right, Amber, baby, hide, okay? Because we don't know. We don't know where the bodies are buried, allegedly. So AD was like, bye. Don't let the donut hit you with a good Lord split you. Okay. Because I can still go over here and talk to Clay though. So if you want to go, then go. Okay. If you don't want me to don't talk to me, go ahead and free yourself. So baby, he gone. Yes, Amber alert. That's what I'm talking about. So now we have this other love triangle. This is Chelsea, Jimmy Crackhorn, and Jessica. Now, Chelsea went into the pods trying to fish for how she thought he might look. And so she asked if he's ever been compared to a celebrity. Now, I think she was just doing that because she wanted him to ask who she was comparable to. Now, she said that people have told her. Now, this is how I knew that Chelsea was manipulating and lying in this situation. Because we don't, look, MGK is with Megan. Megan is not a star because of MGK. So when she was like, I think his girlfriend or his wife, girl, stop trying to act like you don't know who that woman is. Please stop it. Okay, please stop trying to act like you do not know who she is because you know dang on well who she is. He's like, Megan Fox? The look on his face when she said Megan Fox, got him. It was over from there because by then she had already won over his affection. Now, granted, this is before Jessica had that conversation with him, but he had already chosen her in his mind because remember, the show is Love is Blind. So he has no idea what Jessica looks like. So for him, it's like, do I gamble? Am I a gambling man? Do I, use the luck of the draw and I choose Jessica and she has a kid and I don't know what she might look like? Or do I choose this woman that has manipulated me into believing that people think that she looks like Megan Fox? So for him, now this is just what I think. This is my opinion. This is my POV of the whole situation. For Jimmy, I think instantly he thought, okay, I'm going to go with who I know looks good. Because what if I choose Jessica and then she doesn't look as good as Chelsea? Now, granted, I want everybody to know this, and even if you're just passing through and you've never seen my channel before, Megan said that people say, okay? But in the words of John B., don't listen to what people say. They don't know, okay? They don't know about this here. They don't know. So you can't listen to what people say. But Chelsea said that people said. She didn't say that she said it. Okay, she did not say that she said. She didn't say I look like Megan Fox. She said that the people said that she looked like Megan Fox. So y'all leave Chelsea alone. Okay, y'all leave Chelsea alone. I done seen so many, and I'm being serious on that. I have seen so many memes and people have superimposed Megan Fox's face onto Chelsea's. It's just too much. Okay. It's too much. But every season somebody does something that goes viral and we have to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. But Chelsea, look, girl, you knew exactly what you were doing and you ain't fooling me. Okay. You knew exactly what you were doing when you said that you resembled Megan Fox, because like I said in my review, she knew exactly what Jessica looked like. So she had to one up Jessica because she didn't have any idea that she had already told him that she had a child and he was good with that. Well, or so he pretended to be. So she was like, I got to win by any means necessary. And it was so funny that she said on the beach that she liked buff men. And that's what Trevor was. Speaking of Trevor, we're going to get into him in a second. Now, Jimmy goes into the pods and he has to let Jessica down easy after receiving his 4-page letter. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to these pods and I'm just going to let her know, it's really not giving Megan Fox for me. It's giving a hot mom, but he doesn't know she's a hot mom. So he's talking to her and he's telling her, I really can't say how I feel right now. And she gives him this letter that she wrote to her future husband years ago. But truth be told, I think she wrote that in that pause the night before. She brings him this letter. He reads the letter. He still is giving nothing. He's sitting there like, what's happening? Oh, okay. Thanks. It's one of those where you tell the person you love them and they're like, oh, thanks. Mm-hmm. So she tells him and he gives nothing. But then she goes back to the pods only to find out that he had told Chelsea that he loved her. Well, baby, what's she finding out for? Laura is a mess box. Now, I thought I was going to like Laura, but I don't really like Laura like that. I don't know if she can redeem herself, but she always in somebody's business. So Laura gets up and she runs over there to Jessica and is like, girl, you need to go. You need to get up out of here because he's not the one for you. Well, Jessica was thinking, I'm not going down until I bring a stranger home to my damn kid. Jessica, why are you on this show? Okay. Why are you on this show? There is no way that I would bring a Jimmy home to my kid. Girl, these people are strangers. So you were going to go through this entire situation, go to the altar and meet a man and marry him and take him home to your 10-year-old? Girl, say what now? I don't know, ma'am. So anywho, once she felt like she was being let down, she told him, you are going to need your EpiPen to open up your airways because you are going to be in disbelief of what you missed out on. Now, the reason why this threw me off and kind of like had me going, girl, please, is because I feel like she was resting on her looks. That is not the premise of this show. The premise of this show is for love to be blind and you to date them solely based on their personality. But the good thing is you dodged a bullet. And also, I want to say again, you do not need to be taking home a damn stranger to your 10-year-old. And why are you putting down another woman in order to lift yourself up? To me, that screamed narcissist. Now, I know everybody was going up on a Tuesday like, oh, Jessica read him his rights. She did. Because he could have told her a long time ago that he didn't want to deal with her. That is true. Because he knew as soon as she told him she had a child that he didn't want to be bothered. But see, Jimmy got a little lying problem. And we're going to get into that lying problem a little bit later on down the line. Jimmy liked to lie. And Jessica liked to cry, honey, because she shed a little tear and cussed him out and went on about her business. Well, girl, listen, I do not think that you're gonna have any problem finding a man, but you need to find one out in the real world that you can get to know. Because I don't know if you've seen the statistics, but I wouldn't take Jimmy home with me or any of these men for that matter. Sure, please. I wish I would. Moving forward. Arusha said, I felt like she meant personality and commitment wise. Nah, nah, let's go back. Why would you need your EpiPen because of commitment? No. She meant I look good on my mama, on my hood. I look fly. I look good. She meant that. That's what she meant. She meant when you see me versus what you're choosing, you're going to wish that you had chosen me. So get ready to use your inhaler because I'm going to blow your breath away. I'm about to take your breath. So that's what she meant. She meant I look way better than anybody that you are about to get out of these pods. So I just feel like that was giving, I'm putting the other woman down to make myself feel better. Baby, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the other love triangle, which will be Chelsea, Trevor, hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet, Trevor, and Jimmy Crack Corn. So these three are in a love triangle, baby, and Chelsea don't know what to do. Okay, she was like, "Oh my goodness, honey, two men's then told me they love me. What am I gonna do?" So she's stuck between a rock and a Jimmy, and she don't know who to choose. Now, me personally, I would have chosen Trevor because he seemed genuine. But Trevor, like I said in my review, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You talk too damn much. You are too trusting and you went into the pods and you talked too much because right after he heard that she had a 10-year-old child and then he heard that Chelsea could probably resemble Megan Fox, it was a fight to the finish. So when you went into the pods talking about we could all pretty much get what we want if you just let me have the girl who has my dog's name, and if you just take the other one, I mean, we all could be good. No, Trevor, we can't all be good because Jimmy is playing to win. Like, no. And also, I feel like aesthetically, you and Trevor would have looked so good together. Y'all would have looked so good together. Like, I mean, why? Okay, Phil said, what else he got to do in the pods but talk? You can talk, but a lot of people were aloof about their connections. You don't have to tell them everything. A perfect example was when AD went back into the pods. She said, oh, things are getting very different now. People are talking about their connections, but they're not talking about who, or they're not making it, as known as they would in the past. I feel like you can talk about it, but you ain't got to tell everything. I feel like he was talking too much. Like, you should not have let your left hand know what your right hand was doing. Just do it. Omar says, see, that's why they messed up at every season. They go back and run their mouth. I wouldn't tell nobody nothing. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, although you don't know how they look, you are still connected to them because you like their personality and you feel like that may be the person for you. So I'm not going to go back and tell the op, oh, yeah, you know what? I really like this person. And I'm not telling you nothing. Just like AD didn't say a word when Amber was spilling her guts. I feel like that's the way it should be. I just feel like that's the way it should be. See, Golden said, my husband talking about she needs to be with mullet dude. He needs somebody bigger. Who needs somebody bigger? Oh, Trevor does. Trevor seems like a gentle giant. He really does. He seems like he wouldn't hurt a fly. JoJo Bean said, Chelsea know damn well she lying about Jimmy's Jimmy. Talking about, oh, baby, we finna get to that. So let's just move on, honey. Okay, so we got this love triangle. She ain't choose him. She was like, I'm not picking you. And he was like, well, if I would have went first, would you have said yes to me? I don't think so. Well, then again, I do. Because she would have said yes to whoever. But really, she wanted to be Jessica. I think Jessica wanted to be her, and she wanted to be Jessica. Everybody want to win. This season was the game of who can last the longest and who gonna win. So then after that, he now is with Chelsea. So, Paul Trevor, look at him. I had strong feelings for Jessica, Chelsea. Sir, you are with Chelsea, not Jessica, not Chelsea, not none of that. You're with Chelsea. Okay, that's who you're with. But then we get down to the reveal, and this is what he does. Why would you look into that camera like that? Why would you break that fourth wall like that? Huh? Why would you do that? Look how he looking. Let me move this comment so y'all can see. I put up a sign that says, oops. Now, Chelsea was about to break her damn heel and her ankle, trying to run to him like they were in some rom-com. Ma'am, it's given How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Because the way that he was looking the opposite direction, every man came out and got down on bended knee and was ready to propose. Not him. He looking in the camera, talking about, oh, hey, look at you. Look at how you looking. I'm not gonna play with him. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Chelsea, I wanna run to you, girl, please. Okay. Why are you running to? She was like, oh my God, you look so good. You're so handsome. You're so fine. I was like, what are you looking at? Girl, anyway. Anywho. So she running up to him, honey, like she's in a rom-com and he cannot be bothered. And I was thinking to myself, baby, you better embrace her with open arms because you got your nerves. You cannot be picky, choosy, or none of that. Please embrace her. Okay, because I am pretty sure that you would have gotten the exact same reception from Jessica had you chosen her. She would have crumbled up that letter and walked off. Queen Ellie says Jimmy was in disbelief and he didn't want to give her that ring either. He sure didn't. Because when he got down, when they sat down on that bench and she said, I love you, he said, oh, good. I needed that. Yeah, I needed that. What does that mean? I needed that. I said, okay, he getting ready to play in her face. He getting ready to piss me off. Because do not treat this woman like this. I don't like when they treat these women like this. This is every season some foolishness. Why are you acting like that? Like, I'm acting like he's somebody's prize. C. Golden said, men always get on these shows acting like they would ever have a chance at any of these women, let alone multiple women. Probably he probably ain't never even seen a woman without her clothes on, child. I was like, boy, if you don't get real and get lost, okay. Diana said, the minute he saw Chelsea, Jimmy said he was thinking of leaving. He definitely was. Talking about, I just was putting some things into perspective. Please hush, sorry. Okay. Go away. Hey, Pink said, why Chelsea ran to him like that? Wait a minute. Girl, she ran to him. She ran to him so fast, honey, because she used to the big, fine, muscular men picking her up and spinning her around. She would have fell on the floor with Jimmy, honey. He would have lost his balance. His ankles would have gave out. Oh, child, he is not the one. The man for you is Trevor, okay? It's Trevor. I said, why is she touching him and falling all over him like that? Girl, give it a break. Oh, child. And then she left. Look how she left Trevor in them pods, y'all. Look at it. Hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all see that hashtag anywhere? Y'all let them know where it started, honey, so y'all can send some eyes over here to my channel. Hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet. Because y'all know they stole Brittany from me. Child, I'm minding my black-owned business, but not really. And I look over on the page with the Love is Blind of it all. Here they go talking about some Brittany. I said, not Brittany, honey. I made that up on my own. So if y'all see hashtag justice for Trevor's mullet, please let me know and shout me out, okay? Oh, poor baby. He still got his bracelet on. Look how he looking. Oh. Listen, Trevor, you deserved so much more than what you were given in those pods. You came in with a pure heart. You really wanted to find someone, and you thought you connected with a genuine person. But I also think you dodged a bullet because I don't know if Chelsea is as genuine as she pretends to whine to be. Okay? Oh, whiner. So then we get down to the honeymoon, honey. They in the DR. So first up is AD and Clayton. So they go sit down and have a drink or two, and they start talking about the bar and all the drinks and the sugar and whatnot. And she was like, "Well, I don't want to gain no weight." So then he told her she better get in the gym, and she was like, "Don't talk to me like that." I'm like, "Oh, honey, nah." I would have said, "Who the hell you talking?" That's why I ain't got no man. This is exactly why I ain't got no man, honey. Because the minute he told me you better get in that MF and gym, I would have said, "Boy, you better kiss my and go to hell respectfully." See, you can't do that, can y'all? Can you, y'all? I can't do that. I really need to stop cussing people out. I gotta stop cussing people out. Cause listen, it's just not right. So Clay gonna say, okay, because let me move this comment, honey, so we can see it. Exactly. Clay being crazy. When he sashayed around that couch and he started pacing back and forth and his voice raised and he told her she was going to regret that. I promise you, you're going to regret that. That's when I knew he was unstable. And it's really no coming back from that for me, all jokes aside, because I have been in situations that escalated and that's just a preview. So for me, I would never deal with him. Him and his necklace, baby, they could never deal with me. Absolutely not. Okay? At all. So he gonna tell her, like, I'm effed up a little bit. And, admitting that is powerful. No, it's not. Admitting that is trying to test the waters to see how much she gonna put up with. Now, she done already said she was gonna paint her nails red to match your ignorance. And now you sitting up here telling her, I just need someone and I just need somebody to just love me. And I haven't been to therapy, but okay, well, you need to go. You need to go. Exactly, Shaw. She said the pearls again. Baby, they all wearing them, ain't they? I said, what is going on, honey? Serena said if a girl had crappy cap psoriasis, would she get on the show? A cradle cap psoriasis, probably not. I don't think so. Domo said, don't Clay kind of look like the evil man from Tyler Perry's A Fall from Grace, or am I reaching? It's a reach. Girl, no, he does not. You think so? Girl, I don't think so. Phil said, AD is a builder and wants to fix me. Absolutely. She needs somebody to fix. I'm with you, Phil. I'm with you. I wholeheartedly agree. Britt, thank you for the super chat. But Jimmy has a girlfriend, says TikTok. Baby. You mean it's another person out there willing to be with him? Oh, okay. Anna, thank you for the super chat. Clay reminds me of that guy from season 1 with Diamond. I think he plays for the other team. No, he don't look nothing like Carlton. You think he reminds you of Carlton? Y'all remember when Carlton cussed her out? Baby, I will never forget that. It was in the middle of quarantine, and I hadn't even thought about a YouTube channel. But if I ever did a throwback season, it would be that one. Because when he cussed that woman out at that pool, I said, oh, baby, he done lost his whole mind. Now, I knew he wasn't right because he was one of the Bailey boys. Y'all know Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and y'all know that is my franchise. If I don't know nothing else, I know them. And as soon as I seen him, I said, not Carlton, not a Bailey boy. Baby, this is a fool. Anywho, Kenya said, us brown girls are tired. Clay, please. Any of these busters can get canceled. Sure can. And will. Alexis said, Jessie Woo brought up the Carlton comparison. Did she? He doesn't remind me of him at all. Their mannerisms are totally different. His attitude is totally different. Carlton was on something else. Not even his looks. I have to say, Clay is a handsome man. And I just think, I don't know. They don't look alike to me. Now, next time we have a live, I'm going to do a side by side and we can compare. Miss Brown Sugar said, how the F is Jimmy pulling the ladies? He barely speaks in full sentences, doesn't give any warmth to either of his contestants. I don't know why contestants is so funny to me. Oh, child, not contestants. Y'all like the live for me, please. Y'all are so funny. Not the contestants. Also, thank y'all for the super chats and the cash apps. I see the phone a buzzing. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Alexis said Clay's proposal was weird too. It was about him and not his love for her. Yeah, then he started preaching. He had that Bible. I'm like, okay, you playing with God, first of all. And second of all, she was all in the background like, yes, preach. Yes, those are the words. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? He just got through going off on you. Then he came back in with a scripture. Y'all be so crazy, child. Thank you, Essence, for the super chat. Clay is giving Bill Bellamy. Yes, he does look like a young Bill Bellamy. And Bill Bellamy is handsome to me. Yep. C. Golden said Clay was sounding like a used car salesman. I said, listen, I don't know how you can believe anything that is coming out of him at this moment. But she bought it, child. So let's continue because now that we're down at the honeymoon, honey, he wants somebody to take care of him. So then we get to where all the couples meet up, baby. This is where it's finna go down. So all the couples meeting up, y'all. Soon as they start seeing everybody come in, they're like, oh my God, hey, oh Lord, that's who you're matched with? Brittany said, well, when I see Jimmy, his voice and the way he looks, something is clicking. Something just isn't clicking. Oh yeah, baby, it's clicking. And like I told you on the review, it's clicking down, honey. It's clicking all right. And yeah, basically she was trying to say, now who the hell is that? Because he sounds like somebody that he doesn't look like. And Chelsea just so desperate for love and affection. She over there fawning all over him, knowing he ain't looking like nothing. If we really want to talk about somebody that ain't looking like nothing, it would be Jimmy Crackcorn. So then the ladies sit down, right? And they talking, and Chelsea gets to line. Talking about, yeah, I saw it. It was huge. I said, okay, so first of all, he said he had on gym shorts when he was talking to AD. I didn't see not a bulge. I didn't see not a poke. There was no pokage. There was no gray sweatpants energy coming from Jimmy Crackcorn. Okay, and I don't even think you could, huge compared to what? Like Laura said, compared to what? Because it's sounding like a lie. I said huge. Girl, you said, oh, child. Ma'am. Please stop that line. Chelsea, you got a little line problem as well. Moving forward. Now that we done got past the lies, let's move on. So, baby, they standing over there, they talking. Now, Jimmy's a little tipsy. And so he looks over at Chelsea and he says, she's stacked. And so Chelsea, trying to be the cool girlfriend, fiance, she's like, yeah, I mean, you could say it. AD, how did you get your butt like that? Never, and I do mean never in the history of neverdom, would I look at a woman and say with my men, and I know that my securities are hanging on by a thread, would I look at her and say, where did you get that butt from? And I damn sure do mean never. But see, Chelsea, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes because you knew that you did not want to say that. But you wanted to make it like, I'm not insecure about anybody. See, you didn't think that he was going to actually be impressed by AD. So that's why you took it there, and you ain't fooling me. Phil, thank you for the super chat. I don't like Brittany. Her response to Kenny in the pods about interracial relationships, then she said he sounds stout. What the hell? Well, you know what I think? I think that Brittany thought that he was like a football player type. I don't think she was trying to call him fat or anything like that. I think she really thought, oh, this big guy is going to protect me. That's kind of how I took it. I could be wrong because, we're just getting warmed up to them. It's just episode 6. But I don't know. I don't know if I just think she was being disrespectful, but I can kind of see where you would get that from. Now, what she threw me off was her talking about he identifies as a black man. I'm like, girl, he is a black man. I mean, even though he did identify himself and say, I am a black man when she asked, I was like, what are you even saying? Like what? But I don't think she was making it. I don't think she was saying it like he's a little teapot, short and stout. Here is his handle. Here is his spout. I don't think she was. Oh, child, I gotta end the live. Oh, child, I ain't got no sense. I don't got no sense. True Love said, thank you. Chelsea messed around and definitely found out for real, clown behavior. I was like, girl, you don't feel this way. Why are you saying this? So then he goes over to AD talking about, I'm very impressed to be talking to you. Why are you very impressed to be talking to her? What are you even talking about? What are you saying? You're impressed to be talking to her? Anyway, so then the conversation continues. And I'm like, why are y'all still talking to each other? Like, why? Huh? Why y'all still talking to each other? Now she's standing over in the corner like, why did I do that? Why did I say that she was because she said something like she's a bookshelf or she's a staircase. I think she said a bookshelf. Now you sitting over here looking silly. Look how you looking. Now he's grinning, she's skinning, and you just standing over there looking into the abyss. Ain't a drink being made the first. Why would you do that? Because now they're talking and people want to make it seem like it was innocent. Yeah, I mean, it was innocent enough. But the interaction at the end of this conversation gave me, I mean, he's interested. That's what it gave me. Now, I know people don't want to admit that AD has flaws as well, but she does because you don't shake your butt and shimmy your hips side to side in front of somebody else's man. Because if someone did that in front of her man, I don't think she would like that if the tables were turned and the roles were reversed. On top of that, the way she was looking up at him and batting her eyelashes and knowing dang on well that he really was about that life, I'm like, no, Then at the end, he was like, I'm wearing gym shorts, but you have great style. Oh yeah, you like that dress. Giving all the boobs and the butt and the this and the that. Yes, she looks great in her dress. Yes, she does. And we know that you noticed because you're very impressed to be talking to her. So he's like, I have on my gym shorts. She's like, yeah, I noticed. I bet none of the other guys noticed it. I bet they did it. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Okay. Then they continued on with the conversation. Then at the end, he's like, yeah, okay, well, it was good talking to you. She's like, no, we should definitely do it again. No, the hell, we should not. I thought that was disrespectful. Now, that might be an unpopular opinion, honey, and they probably gonna tear me up in these comments, baby, but let's go. Because when they comment down below, I'm gonna comment right back. I do not feel like it was appropriate on her behalf because her man is there. Where the hell is Clay? Clay, you're not even paying attention. And then Chelsea, you messed around and found out because you wanted to play I am so cool with everything. And you know you're not. When you just told him on the beach that I have insecurities and I get mad over silly stuff. You just told him that because you had been cheated on. So then you get out here and you lost your mind. Tasha in the desert said AD and Jimmy were doing some flirting for sure. Yes, they were. And I don't know why everybody is acting like they weren't. I'm like, they were definitely flirting, honey, and they ain't fooling me. Leah said, I would never dress that way knowing I'm about to be around other couples. Now, see, I don't mind her dress. If you want to dress how you want to dress that way, baby, they gonna look if you in a burlap sack or if you're in a form-fitting bodycon. Her body is sickening. So, I don't have a problem with her dress. What I have a problem with is him hugging on her and then saying he's very impressed to talk to her and then looking at her butt in front of Chelsea and saying that she's stacked. Well, why are you doing that? Why? Why are you doing that? Alexa said, but I still stand on AD gives nervous energy. She looks like she flirts when she gets anxious. I don't know because the way she was doing the same things that she was doing in the pods. She has a way to make you feel comfortable. Even Matthew said it. He said, I talk to everybody, but I feel comfortable when I speak to you. She has a feminine wild about her. She knows how to use her femininity. She bats those eyelashes and pushes back that little piece of sew in, baby, because she got that little teaspoon of hair in the back of the sew in, child. And she knows what to do. She does. Asira said, I found myself disappointed by how AD played into the comments about her body. It's clear she likes the attention, but some other commenters mentioned it might be a trauma response. I don't want to go that deep into it. I don't think that it is. But I can't speak for her, so I don't know. But I have to say that I feel like she was definitely enjoying the attention that this silly goose was giving her. While Chelsea stands by the bar and complains to Amy. Girl, Amy ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Like, what? Kim said, remember, she was the whole NFL cheerleader, no stranger to attention. That is absolutely right. You're right, Kim. I forgot about that. She is an NFL cheerleader. So, baby, ain't no telling who she been talking, and baby, she knows how to do it. Candace said, I think AD revels in male attention, especially when she talked about her exes and how she's a fixer. But if I look that good in the dress, shh, let me tell you something. I'm going to put my dress on and I'm going to look how I'm going to look. And I know y'all can't see me, but I am stacked in the back. And I have been places in dresses like what AD has on. And men have, they've looked. But if I'm out with my man and it's my friend and I know that this is her person, I'm not having no conversation with my cleavage eye level to him. I'm not about to do that. And I'm also not about to sway my hips. This is not the NFL halftime. Why are you doing that? Like, girl, why are you swaying your hips and whatnot? Girl, go on. Princess said, I don't think it's a trauma response. She's not used to being loved properly. She got daddy issues. She used to getting attention from her body, so she leads with it. I can see that, Princess Di. I can see that. I can see that. Because she even told Clay, she said, I don't think I'm worthy of love. So I can totally see what you're saying. Wasn't she highly engaged, JK? Just batting them eyelashes and going on? Child, this is a fool. I think all of the couples are a bust. Every last one of them. So now that she's standing over there looking crazy, let's continue on, child. So she goes over and sits down because now she needs to pout. Well, baby, you did it. As my mama used to say when we did something wrong and then we would cry. You did it. Don't cry now. You did it. So she's sitting up here looking crazy. Jimmy is oblivious. He goes over to her. He's talking to Laura. I'm so happy. Are you guys happy? I'm happy with my choice. What about you guys? Are you guys happy? Laura's like, yeah, we're really happy. Meanwhile, Chelsea is pissed. Okay? She's pissed. Now, while they over there mad, well, the only person on the beach that's mad is Chelsea. AD and Clay are over here exhibiting their black lust. I was going to say black love, honey, but I don't trust it just yet. So, they over there skinning and grinning. Now, what I did notice is when AD was talking to Jimmy and he said how good looking Clay was, she kind of rolled her eyes and turned around. But when she was in Clay's presence, she's like, I'm so obsessed with him. I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I'm just so obsessed. I'm like, girl, what? See, y'all got to pick up on them little subtle things that they do. She was acting like she didn't want to be bothered with him, and she rolled her eyes when she was in the presence of another man. But as soon as she got over there with him, and go rewatch it, if y'all don't believe me, go rewatch it. When she got with Clay, then she was like, I'm obsessed with him. I'm just so obsessed. That's when Kenneth was like, yeah, you got you a queen. Yeah, I told him you a queen. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. But she just got through rolling her eyes about him 5 seconds ago. Child, she ain't fooling me. Anywho, moving forward. So now we go on over to the bean dip of it all. And yes, Clay and AD look so good together in that picture, I have to say. We go over to the bean dip of it all. They sitting down and she comes over because all the men are there. Now, to me, and I know this may be an unpopular opinion, I feel like, why are you over here when all the other women are over there? You're not that enthralled with Clay. AD comes over there. She sits on Clay's lap because for whatever reason, child. She said she missed him or something like that, but I wasn't buying it, okay? And she ain't fooling me. So she comes over, she sits on her man's lap, and then Jeremy just starts running off at the mouth. Yeah, Robert, you can be a moderator. I don't know how to do it, though. Somebody acting up in the chat. So anywho, yeah, you definitely can be a moderator. So she is like sitting over there in the midst of it all, and Jeremy brings up that Laura said she should bean dip. Bean dip her. I was like, what? Bean dip? Now, I was confused because the only bean dip that I can think of is the kind that people eat with those little Fritos. And I was like, what is bean dip? Like, what is happening? So as they're talking, she looks over to Laura and she's like, Laura, bean dip, bean dip. And so Laura's like kind of laughing it off like it's no big deal. Then she gets mad. She's like, oh, well, I told him to do that to you. Let me explain something to you, Laura. Your damn hands and your man's hands should stay to themselves. Because what in the fetish are you talking about? Now, I didn't like that. Now, her talking to Jimmy, that's one thing. But you telling your man to flick her boobs up and down like a pancake, I don't appreciate that. Because I didn't hear you say that about anybody else. Brittany had a little bit of cleavage. I didn't hear you say it to her. Did you tell your man to bean dip Brittany? Oh, okay. So Jeremy needs to keep his hands to himself. So now Jeremy is like, no, she's trying to get me canceled. I wouldn't do that when they found out what it was because AD explained it to him. So Clay is like, yeah, you might not want to do that. Now for me, Clay wasn't mad enough for me. I was like, Clay, I wouldn't want to go nowhere with you because I feel like you can't really defend me right. Why you acting like it ain't no big deal? He was all like, okay, Jeremy, don't do that. Let me tell you something. That soon to be ex-husband would have definitely dealt with Jeremy. Honey, you're not going to play in his face. Because if it's one thing he don't play about, is you disrespecting his manhood. Because that's like a slap in the face for you to say you finna touch my woman in any way. So I feel like Clay was just playing with it. Oh, bean dip. I've never heard that terminology. What are you saying? So now Laura is mad at Jeremy. She's like, yeah, I'm going to have some words with you. Because why would you even say that? It was a joke. As she's talking to AD about it, AD is like, well, he doesn't know the joke. She's like, well, seriously? It was a joke. Ma'am, it doesn't matter if you think that it's a joke. In that moment, I think she really did feel uncomfortable. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, girl, the woman probably is uncomfortable, but she trying to be cool. And as a no, I don't want an angry black man on TV. Let's get that straight. I don't want him to be an angry black man, but you can correct him in a way that he knows not to disrespect the woman that is sitting in your presence. Now, we ain't gonna play that over here on this channel. I don't do that. We're not going to fall into any type of stereotypes. And no, I'm not saying I want him to be disrespectful and get up and flip the table over. But the same vitriol that he had for her when he found out that she had Matthew involved in a love triangle with him is the same way he should have approached Jeremy. And that's just that on that. Because if you tell somebody to touch me in an inappropriate way, then I'm going to want you to be upset about that for me. Because I'm not going to go toe to toe with no man. So that's where you represent me. You don't look at him and jokingly say, all right, Jeremy, let's not do that. Absolutely not. Yes, Laura was the problem. You're absolutely right. Laura was the problem. But at the same time, he's letting him know, even though she advised you to do that, please don't do it. Okay, he's to speak to him. He ain't gonna go. You want him to go. Now, what are you saying? You want him to go off on Laura? Now that would be crazy for him to just start going off on Laura. So now Jeremy is embarrassed because Laura, you put me in a compromising position. You're trying to get me canceled. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to go home now. Now she's thinking he wants to just go back to the hotel, but he definitely wants to go all the way on the plane back to the house. So yeah, that's a no. Let me see. Why Valentine said Laura attempted to humiliate AD. I believe that. That's what I think too. Sorry. That's what I think. I think so as well. BP said they were served too many cocktails. And you know what? That's why they have those goblets. I did read an article that stated that the reason why they have those is so that you can't see what alcohol is in it and so that you can't see the level of alcohol because that's what they drink out of. So that's probably why. Let me see. Goddess Godiva said AD is just goofy. She go along with anything with her body. Yet Laura and Chelsea tried to play AD. They tried to like act like it was no big deal when she was trying to explain to them, like, why would you say that to? It's no big deal. It's no big deal to you. It's no big deal to you. You're not being talked about. I am. Consistently, Nat said, I didn't blame Jeremy wanting to go home after everything she showed. That's true. He was ready to get up out of there. I say, dang, you gonna throw in the towel already? Faith to press on said Laura flipped the concern for AD and Clay to her. She was wrong. What if me too a moment occurred? Not cool. That's the same way I feel. And I said that in the review too. I feel like she started to make it all about her and it wasn't about you. Just say I made an inappropriate joke, girl, and I'm sorry. I should have never told him to do any of that to you. I'm sorry. Angie said the women are intimidated by AD. To be honest, just off her body and femininity alone, and they can't fathom the black girl being wanted by their men. Very triggered. You think so? See, I didn't read that much into it as far as them not being able to fathom that AD would get attention. I didn't think of it in that way, but I did think of it in the way of they don't respect her because they didn't play those little games with each other, but they want to play her. That's what he gave me. I felt like, they don't respect me. So, they could just do whatever to me. Absolutely not. I didn't get that, but okay. I can see that. Child said, I'm intimidated by AD's body just watching the show, but there's no excuse for this behavior. I absolutely agree. Mellow Vibe said, I think AD is used to getting people to do whatever. Yeah. And acquiescing to things that make her feel uncomfortable because of being a cheerleader. She was probably mostly around white women. Yeah, I can see that. Miss Brown Sugar said, I think there is some degree of intimidation / envy involved, which leads to disrespect. Good point. Good point. Good point. Kesha said, Chelsea is never going to live down uncomfy. Girl, speaking of uncomfy, honey, let's get into it. So they get back to the hotel room, right? And so now, Chelsea has been upset. The whole party is a bust. Jeremy's mad. Laura's inappropriate. AD is uncomfortable. Clay is Clay. Jimmy is drunk. Chelsea is whining. They get back to the spot. So Chelsea's like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong with you?" Knowing dang on well she's the one that's upset. Girl, just come in there and say, "Listen, I did not appreciate how you carried a conversation with AD. I felt disrespected." Just use your words. So instead of that, she starts whining and, "Well, I didn't like you didn't hug me. Everybody was hugging. It was like a hug circle. And I was the only one not in the circle." Like she just, ugh. So he's trying to, "I don't understand. What did I do? I don't understand what's going on." So as he's trying to calm down Chelsea Fox, she's like, "Well, why did you do that? Why? I felt uncomfy when she said when she said I felt uncomfy." The cackle that I let out, I said, "Girl, not you felt uncomfy. Of all the words you could have used, you used uncomfy. I'm not finna play with you." So she whining and he just looking. Cause what is going on? Like, what is happening? She's like, I love you." He said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't even, I wasn't flirting with her. I was talking about Clay. I was big up in Clay." I don't buy that for 1 second. I do not buy that for 1 second. I do not buy that you were big up in Clay. You did say a few nice things about Clay, but you thought that AD was an attractive lady. And so you flirted a little bit. Stop acting like we didn't watch it. And then he was kind of trying to gaslight Chelsea a little bit because she said, "Well, you had your arm around." I didn't do that. I didn't put my arm around. I didn't do that. I'm like, Are we watching the same show or what? Like, what are you talking about?" "Yes, you did." So that pretty much sums up episodes 1 through 6. It ended off with Chelsea whining and Jimmy apologizing. He still don't know what it is, honey. And when he wake up in the morning, he is going to be so confused because Chelsea is going to start up yet again. I can almost guarantee you when those episodes premiere tomorrow, Chelsea is going to wake up and talk about this all over again. I just know she is. Okay, now let me get into y'all's comments. Raphael said, "I just wanted North Carolina to look like the reasonable state, like it was on maps." But I guess this is a wake up call to all potential transplants to stop coming here. We are full. Go to Idaho. Child, not Idaho. Not a detour down to Idaho. Mm-mm-mm. Consistently, Nat said, "Oh my gosh, I can't unsee it." Unsee what? What y'all talking about? Chelsea Fox. Hold on, let me see. Is it Day or Die? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Every time I hear Jimmy's name, I think about L'Oreal Loved Jimmy or any scene with Jimmy from Dreamgirls. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Dreamgirls, why was that just randomly on TV the other day? And I really just sat down and rewatched it. And some of the things that were in that movie, I watched it when I was younger, but now looking at it as a 41-year-old woman, I'm like, it's some problematic stuff up and through here. I don't know. I might need to make a video about this. Child, I might need to review Dreamgirls because y'all can be trusted. Leah said Chelsea turned into a whiny toddler instead of putting her damn foot down. And then it wasn't even the kind of whiny that was cute that would get you some kisses. It was a whine that made you want to scratch and claw your eyes out. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, they were all kissing, they were all hugging. They even said, "I love you." And all I got was love you. Girl, shut up. Shut up. I don't want to be mean to you, but hush. Okay. Please hush, Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm trying to ride for you now, Chelsea. Because the people tearing you up over there on the Twitter. The people on the Twitter are tearing you up, Chelsea. I looked at it just today. I said, damn, Chelsea can't catch a break. Poor Chelsea Fox. It's just a fool. This is just a mess. Princess Di said this season had a lot of New York, New Jersey transplants. Did they? Chris said, yes, I saw it on VH1 not long ago and was thinking the same thing. Okay, Chris, so it's not just me. Because when I rewatched, I said, baby, I got to talk about y'all. Because there was some problematic stuff in this movie. And I didn't notice it because I was in my 20s at the time. And, I'm just going to the movie, child. Jennifer Hudson, Beyonce, I'm there. But when I look back, I said, okay, this need to be talked about, honey. Y'all need to be studied. I might have to talk about this because this is ridiculous. Okay, it don't make no damn sense. G-Dot said, yes, please review Dreamgirls and include your singing ad-libs in it. Oh, baby, and you. I'm going to let my throat rest for a whole week, baby. Y'all going to get a good old musical. Oh, honey. Angel said, why y'all calling these people transplants? You know they do it every time. They even do that with Ready to Love too. Goddess Godiva said, and why Effie just ain't tell them she was pregnant? Okay. Paul, Effie didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. This magic moment. This magic moment said, well, I would have lost it on all days because ain't no way you told an MF to come touch my boob. Yep, I would act a fool. That was your time, AD. Baby, you pissed. That whole scene pissed me off. They all did too much. I agree. Don't tell anybody to come and touch me. But in that moment, I think AD was just trying to, put out the fire. She was uncomfortable, probably didn't really know what to say. And that's what I really meant by Clay being her mouthpiece. Yes, Laura was the culprit. Yes, I understand that. I never want our Black people to get on TV and act a fool. That's never something that I would advocate for. But as my man, and that is him physically touching me, I need a little bit more than you clutching your pearls and leaning your damn head over to the left, talking about some, don't do that, Jeremy. Anyway. Anywho, I feel like yes, I was just about to say that, Chris. She was uncomfy. Look, AD was uncomfy, honey. I'm not gonna let y'all play. Another round said, not Dreamgirls, the YouTube musical. I'm sold. Oh, baby, I'm gonna put on a costume and everything. No, I'm just kidding. Shayna said, but we need to address AD and Clay giving Chris and Paige 2.0. Shayna, we have to trust the process because the process and then the process, if I hear damn process anytime throughout this show and this season, I'm cutting the TV off. I'm not going to review it. I don't have time. I do not ever want to hear process again. Chris and Paige had me so dang on triggered. Now, you know what? I really did feel like we were going to get a Chris and Paige moment when they met and them doors swung open because he said something about dark skin. Now, I cannot remember, so I don't want to lie on him and just start saying stuff. But I remember him saying, I think he said, like, I didn't know you were like darker skinned men or something. I don't know. It was something about a dark skinned man. And I said, okay, he finna get ready to piss me off. If you say one thing wrong to AD, I'm gonna flip this whole TV over. Now, I know that's not gonna help in any way, but please do not piss me off because I'm gonna go on a rant on this review. But he said something like that. Okay, so she said he was dark skinned first. Okay, thank you, Mocha. See, I didn't really know, so I didn't want to just blame it on him. But I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? A Pink said, I think AD said it. Okay. She said something about him not liking, y'all refresh my memory. She said something about him not liking darker skinned girls. Because that's the one part I can't remember. And I was going to insert it in my review, but I don't like to misrepresent what they say. So that's why I didn't do it. Oh my God, yes, that dark skin comment was weird. And they said they would have dark skinned babies. Yeah, I was a little confused. I mean, I do think they would have some beautiful babies, though. I really do. But AD, don't have no babies with Clay. Girl, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Please. I don't know if y'all been rolling around yet, but please don't. I think he said they would have some beautiful dark-skinned babies. Yeah, but he said they also said something when they were sitting down about their skin. I remember that. He did say something about that, but that was when he had the little confessional when they sit in that single chair. He said that then, but I think it was something else, but I don't know, child. Nigel said, AD said she didn't know he was dark skinned. Then Clay followed up with, yeah, you too. Okay, that's how it went. Thank you. That's how it went. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix my mic. Okay, child, the mic was on the lean and everything, honey. Yeah, I thought they were going to give me Chris and Paige 2.0, and I would not have been able to stomach it. Mocha said, no, she said, I didn't know you were dark skinned. Then he said, I didn't know you were dark skinned either. Okay, that's how it went. Thank y'all. Miss 86 Hazel Eyes said, I saw her TikTok. AD is beautiful without makeup. She is. When they showed that that little snippet of them in the morning when they were waking up and he was kissing her in the restroom, I said, look how pretty she looks. I love her fresh face. I do. Not saying, because I know people get so sensitive. Oh my gosh, in 2024, you can't say nothing. I don't mean that she shouldn't wear makeup if she wants to. Please wear it if you want to wear it. But her beautiful bare skin, it's nice. She looks very pretty and she looks very refreshed because I already know it's going to be one comment and it always comes in the middle of the night. So I'm going to wake up to the comment. See, that's the problem. You guys are projecting. If she wants to wear her, what we're saying is She looks beautiful. Love the skin you're in. Okay, let's move on. Brandy said they were both acting surprised to end up with somebody dark skinned. She said it first and then he said it. Okay, Brandy, yep, you're right. I knew it was something going on. But I just think that Clay is not being his authentic self. I feel like it's a little bit of a representative there. I might be wrong and I might be being too harsh on him, but the way that he responded in them pods, I feel like that's the real Clay. Then all of a sudden he came back with his Bible, and I was just like, okay, you play all day. I ain't got time. Serena said, I get us not wanting to look crazy when we're the only Black woman, but we can't let people just do whatever to us. We can say, no, this isn't cool. You're absolutely right, Serena, which is why Kelly Rowland got up and left up out of that dressing room because they didn't want to treat her like what she was worth. And I do not blame her, not one bit. Like, I know that's right. Serena, I'm with you when you're right, girl. I'm with you. Alexa said, AD Fresh Face was beautiful. Leave them heavy dusters alone, please, girl. And they were just one long strip. I said, oh, honey, no, ma'am. You would have done better with a little bit of mascara. Like, you do not need all that. Her face is very pretty. She doesn't need anything. Jessica said, am I the only one feeling bad for Chelsea? No, you're not. She seems like a nice girl who I'm sure has no idea that comment would morph into all of this. No, Jessica, did you listen to my review? I definitely said on my review, and I made it a point to say, I have heard all the comments. People are being mean to her at this point. She didn't say that she looked like Megan Fox. She said other people said it. She said other people said it, and it's probably because of her dark hair and her eyes. But I don't like that they're like, now it's turning into a thing. You know, people need to understand, okay, we make a joke, we move on. But when you just continue on and these people are waking up looking at this, and now people are talking about, oh no, and her face is long and her chin and her this and her that. Y'all doing too much. That's too much. There is no reason that you have to keep going on and on. Like, get real, honey. It's hurtful after a while. Miss Thang said Chelsea knew what she was doing when she said that. She did. She walked herself right into that trap. She didn't think it would backfire, but it did. But girl, you should have chose somebody else. Like they said, Adele is a pretty lady. You should have just chosen someone else. Okay, because you knew they were gonna eat you alive. But some people are getting outrageous. Like they're creating different pictures and they're morphing Megan's face onto Chelsea's face. Like I have seen some stuff. And please, if you put in hashtag Love is Blind Chelsea on Twitter, I would cry if that were me. After I got through cussing every last one of them out. But then I would cry because that stuff is hurtful. I'm like, oh, baby. Another round said, give AD some grace on the lashes. She used to the dramatic look on the field. She's just trying to be seen. Another round, good day. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, honey. She's seen all right, blinking and thinking. Ooh, child, I'm going to go and give her some grace on the lashes, honey. I'm going to go and give her some grace, but I want to take them off. See, I got to keep my sisters together. Take them lashes off, AD. You don't need them lashes on, girl. New Day Studio said the use of AI is in full effect. Yeah, I was like, why are y'all doing that? Brushwork says, I said it on the review, but that meetup scene was triggering. Everybody objectifying the Black girl down to Laura telling her husband to smack AD's boobs. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I totally agree. And that is why I'm like, baby, you're going to have to pipe up for me because they're making me feel like a piece of meat. It's giving rotisserie chicken. And everybody turns around at the same time like, woo, whoa. Yeah, she has on her form-fitting dress and she's giving them a little cleave. But at the same time, that doesn't invite you to come over and objectify me. But at the same time, AD, you're going to have to stop shimmying and shaking, honey. Okay, let them know this ain't what they want. Because if you shimmying and shaking, if you shimmy, you're going to get a Jimmy. And that's why he was in your face. That's why he was in your face. Mm-hmm. That's exactly why he was in your face. Hold on, let me see. Nigel said, I feel bad for Chelsea as well. I think the overwhelming response is coming from people recognizing her intent behind making that comment. That's a great point. That's a great point. They may know that she used it to be manipulative, and so that's why she's getting such backlash. But a few people are just straight up being mean. Like, no, you're ugly and you're this. And I'm like, dang, the girl is not ugly. She's not. So we really need to cut it out. Okay, please cut the crap. Hold on. Rhonda said AD should have gone off on Laura. She sure should have. But I know she was trying to play it cool. It's giving that Garcelle effect. I don't know who here watches Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but if you do, Garcelle never really just goes off on the women when they try those microaggressions with her. Now, just here recently, she started to speak up, but in the past, she wouldn't say anything. And I think this is what's going on now. Thank you for the super chat, Yoshi. Is Jimmy saying he can work with that after seeing Chelsea? Yes, and then he was like, yeah, well, she lied to me about her looking like Megan Fox, but I mean, I can work with that. Jimmy, have you seen you? Let's go back and look at Jimmy. Princess Di, thank you for the super chat. Y'all gonna leave my Clay alone, laugh out loud. He had a conversation with Pastor Jamal and was reborn. I'm not gonna play with you. I got a toothache and my throat hurt. I'm not gonna play. Pastor told him to grab that Bible and get it together. I'm just gonna pray he don't end up like Chris. And Chris was a praying man too. Remember when he bought that pastor on there? And the pastor was acting like he liked Paige. Baby, I haven't been settled with that pastor since. And sometimes I see him on TikTok, and as soon as he says, "Let me pray for you," I instantly swipe. No, sir. You were on Married at First Sight, acting a fool. So therefore, and thus and such, no, thank you. Absolutely not. Yep, Chris, performative. Bree said, I think the shimmies because it's her coping mechanism. First thing she said to Jimmy was, I'm used to it. She's learned to play along. And it's hard when you're both flattered and offended. I get what you're saying. I really do. But I still feel like it could have just been a thank you. Like, girl, body built by God. Thank you, boo. And I would have went on by my business. It was like she was just, and then he was looking and then he tried to turn away. And I mean, it might have been a coping mechanism, but I don't know. I just don't see it as that. But that is a really good point. Another round said Black women unfortunately have to play it cool with the others on national TV. Otherwise, they are I think she means typecasted into the world stereotype. The angry Black woman. Oh, she mad. She mean. You know how they gonna do. That's exactly what they gonna do. Faith to Press On said, I feel everyone has the right to present themselves how they are comfortable. However, as a PAC, my radar for pink eye conjunctivitis goes beep beep when I see them broom legs. And they look like they was put on with that hair glue. That dark black hair glue, the weave glue that you use to glue in your tracks. It's the fool. Miss Shook said, please don't insult Bart Simpson. Maybe the dude that owns the bar. What are we talking about? Who insulting Bart? Queen Ellie said, yes, and on Women's Black History Month. Okay, like, what is wrong with y'all? Thank you, Miss Smith or Mrs. Smith, for the super chat. Hey, Misha, I really miss our Married at First Sight lives. I understand, though, because this season is basura. You know what? I did think about that the other day. I think I might have a live for the reunion because this season hasn't really given much, and I'm thinking that the reunion might give something. So we may have a live for the reunion because I may not want to review it like I normally do because the reunions usually have a lot of moving parts. So we might come together for the reunion. Not I'm uncomfy. Rabbit, goodbye. Rabbit, goodbye. Curls line. What about AD and Kenneth conversation about biracial babies? You skipped that part. Oh, I didn't even think about that part. I was trying to highlight some of the stuff that's going to cause us to get into it as we get into it. I think that her having that conversation with him caused him to have some thoughts because I don't think he thought that far in advance. Now, like I said on my reviews, I'm very curious to see how things are going to go when he's introduced to her family. Because let me tell you something. If it's one thing I know, if their family is not riding, Brittany is not going to go through with it because they do not make their people uncomfortable. So you might as well forget it. Okay, she going to stand right up there and she going to say no. Now, I don't know if Kenneth, he's saying, I'm pro-Black, but I'm not going to forget about what we've gone through and where we've been. And okay, Kenneth, I hear you, but let's see how things play out. Because in the previews, she's saying that you've become a little bit distant. Now, I don't know if that was before or after they meet them families, but we shall see. But I think that him having that conversation with AD was I mean, I don't think he thought about that. So she was just keeping it real. Consistently, Nat said, it is wild that the men pointed out how inappropriate those situations were with AD and the women seemed oblivious. They were acting like it was no big deal. Every last one of them was laughing. And I'm just like, are y'all serious right now? Except Amy, because, Amy stays to herself. She's just with Johnny, child. She can't be bothered. Rabbit said Chelsea played a stupid game to get Jimmy and got the stupidest prize. Jimmy didn't even get her or Jessica a gift. Yeah, he was like, I didn't get you a gift either, but I love you. I don't know if I want to marry you, but I love you. I'm like, what is this? Shortcake Brown said, I don't like the promiscuous Jezebel black women trope people put on AD, especially when the white try to paint that picture. Are they painting that she's a Jezebel? Because I've more so heard that people are going up for her because they don't feel like they should have objectified her at all. That's all I've been seeing. But I don't think that they've been making it seem like she's promiscuous or she's loose. I don't think that they've been doing any of that. Not from what I've seen, but I may be wrong. Wait a minute. I saw a comment I wanted to. Nay said there was no black girl protection. Absolutely none. And that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying about Clay. Like, this is your job. The same way that Kenneth went and got that chair for Brittany so she wouldn't have to sit in the sand. And all the women were like, oh my gosh, even I feel protected. I was like, what you feel protected for? Because he went and got her a chair because he didn't want her to sit in the sand. But the same way he showed up is the same way I wanted Clay to show up for AD. It was too brushed off. I'm not saying flip the table over and get in his face and push him to the ground, but say something. Like, it wasn't giving what I thought it should give. I don't feel like he was doing nothing, but maybe that's just me. Shayna said, Kenneth said more than once, this is his first time being with a white woman. Seems like he just doesn't want to be perceived as a sellout. Shayna, I think you're right. Don't Jimmy give beat cop vibes? All that's missing are the aviators and nightstick clutching his side. He look like he could be in one of the movies. Courtney said, in those Love is Blind Facebook groups, they are being extremely racist towards AD. I have to remove myself. Are they, Courtney? See, I don't have Facebook. So I don't know anything about the Facebook groups. What they saying about her? Chris said, that's why he's so adamant about her maintaining her physique. Who we talking about? Clay? Mocha said Clay is selfish. He wasn't going to protect AD. On the other hand, he would look for her to protect him. Let one of them women had went toe to toe with Clay. He would have looked to her and she would have gotten them together. And I mean, that's just the truth. This is the truth, Mocha. He definitely would have looked to AD for her to cape for him. But then when something's going down, he playing. Talking about some, don't do that, Jeremy. No, bro, you should have said to him, y'all think that's appropriate? That's an appropriate joke. I don't know why people don't think you can articulate yourself without being the angry black stereotype. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying was, as my man, I'm going to need more than that. I feel like you should have really corrected them. Because if you don't, then that gives them the green light to just play in your face. You got to stop it before it starts. Because, baby, that show would have corrected you if it would have been one of their women. I'm just saying. Anywho, Chris said, I don't think he going to protect black women like that for real because I don't think he's with it like that. Who you talking about, Clay? I don't either. That's why. Oh, well, let me clarify something because I know I'm country, y'all. I have an accent. So I know people were like, what is a, somebody said a meow meow. That's not what I said. I said, Clay looks like he likes Mal Mal. Y'all remember when Jared gave Mallory from the Love is Blind season with Ayanna and Mal and Natalie and all of them? And what are you wearing over there? And all of them? Remember when Jared nicknamed Mallory Mal Mal? That is the type of woman that I, in my mind, think that Clay likes. So I was saying Mal. I wasn't saying meow meow. Child, I was like, now what would they think? Okay, hold on. My mic went away. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, so I was just like, why would they think I would be talking about Meow meow. Like, what is that? Like, that's crazy. No, that wasn't the ultimatum. That was Love is Blind. Okay, so Mal Mal is Mallory. Let me see if I can pull it up. Baby, when they said, because it was plenty of comments like, what's meow meow? I'm like, I don't know, catnip. Hell, I don't know. What are you talking? I was so confused. And then when I thought about it, I said, oh, when I said Mal Mal. So he nicknamed her that. Okay, her name is Mallory. And he nicknamed her Mal Mal. That's what he nicknamed her. And she called him whatever she called him. They were also inappropriate when everybody met up together. And he and Ayana, they're now divorced. But people thought I was being hard on Jared. And what went on? Oh, okay. They ain't together no more because he was exactly who I said he was. So when I saw Clay, I was like, okay, Clay, you seem like you like to play all day. And you seem like you were like a Mallory. But seeing as how I'm country, I think I'm going to have to start articulating myself a little bit better. Because, honey, the people thought I was saying meow, meow. And I said, what in the world? And I looked at that comment like 3 times. So when I looked at it, I'm like, why are they talking about cat food on this review? What did I post? Child, I had to go back and watch my review. I said, wait a minute, why are they saying? When I got to that part, I said, these damn people. I said, these damn people. I was saying Mal, Mal, Mal. Child, y'all crazy. What they saying on Facebook? I can't believe this. Raphael said, my fiance is high. Oh, my fiance is high like Beyonce, a Southside girl who knows her way. I'm never going to forget that. CJ says someone went through Clay's following on IG and it's mostly black women. Now they do look like typical IG models, but they were mostly black. Oh, okay. We love to see it. Okay, Clay, my bad. My bad. I prejudged you. I'm still watching you though. You and your necklace. I'm still watching you. Nigel said, I think they have an alliance to see it through for fame. Because between AD side eyes and comments about Clay and Clay being damn near absent when it comes to her, there's no chemistry. Okay, so you noticed the side eye and the rolling of the eyes. Okay, I thought it was just me. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. Just Nicole said, Misha, what did you think the preview was giving, especially Chelsea accusing Jimmy? Baby, look, I said not he done slept with Jessica. Now, I don't know if he did, but judging from the previews, that's what it seems like she's saying. And then all of a sudden, Brittany is like, Kenneth is being distant. And I was like, now, what's wrong with you? You must have talked to your homeboys, and you ain't fooling me. Those previews say that we are in for a wild ride. If I had to bet, judging from this live, because we're going to end this in 6 minutes, I would say that the only couple to stand the test of time and make it to the reunion would be Amy and Johnny. That is it. I do not think anybody else is going to last past those weddings. I just don't. Dr. Ivy Pearl said, they need you. Okay, they need you to know that you can hit them with those GRE words if you want to. Who, me? CC, thank you for the super chat. Sorry, unrelated, but Misha, I'd love for you to do a live on who the F did I marry. Child, I've been talking about that over on the Patreon. Baby, Risa Tisa is going through. Okay, let me fill y'all in right quick before we get up off this live, because it is 50 parts. So over on the TikTok, on Patreon, I have a segment called Tales from TikTok, right? So this particular one we're talking about is this lady named Risa Tisa. Now, part of her story is very triggering to me because, baby, I dealt with the same kind of fool. But this man that she's dealing with, he is diabolical. When I tell you he lied about everything, and I wouldn't even believe he was a black man had I not seen a picture of him. He lied about everything. So she wanted the world to know that she married a pathological liar. So what she did was she took to her TikTok, started a story time that's really a story time, and she has chapters 1 through 54, baby. When I tell you she has everybody in their mama, including celebrities, glued to the TikTok. I seen Coco from SWV over there posting on her Instagram like, ooh, child, got to go watch and see what Risa talking about. Everybody is watching this lady's story unfold. So she was with this man. He basically lied about every single thing that he could lie about. He lied about when his grandmother died. He lied about how many siblings he had. He lied about where he was from, where he went to school, what's his name. He lied about everything. He lied about everything. So now the story has come out. Now, so far on TikTok, we're on chapter 36. We got to continue on until we get to chapter 50. But so much has unfolded since she put this out. Because mind you, this is like over a week old. So she's put out all these segments and everybody's going through them. Everybody's giving their think pieces and talking about what they feel about it. This is how I feel. She picked this man up and 2 days later, she down to the Cheesecake Factory holding hands with him. That was strike number one. Baby, don't touch me. I don't know you. You don't know me. After they got through with the red velvet cheesecake of it all, then we got locked down. The world had a siren on the outside, honey. Everybody had to get in the house. So she was like, you should probably quarantine with me because I don't want to quarantine alone. Baby, we don't know him. It's giving Dateline. It's giving missing. It's giving First 48. So she went ahead and quarantined with this man because she realized he was living in a matchbox. So she said when he saw that she had a townhome with a lot of space, he lit up. So they quarantined together. So from the quarantine, baby, they decided they were going to be a couple. So she said he was doing all things that were all good, baby, paying all the bills, this, that, and this and that. So then he told her that he was staying in that matchbox because he wanted to buy a house. So she was like, oh, you want to buy a house? Ding, 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 ding. Now she said she felt good because the financial load was taken off of her. Because her being a single woman, she was tired of paying all the bills. So she said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get this man, even though I know he might be a serial, and I'm going to go on quarantine with him. Why I want to be under the roof with him, I have no idea. So, baby, she got him, right? They living together. They quarantining, honey. They bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. You know, flashback to 2020. Coronavirus, all of that. So they in the house together, and he tells her, you know what? I think we should buy a home. Now, mind you, all of this is happening before they even really solidify the relationship. She ain't met his family. He ain't met her family, but she say she hear him talking on the phone to his family every single day. Now, mind you, he holding the phone up to his ear, having imaginary conversations. Okay? Imaginary conversations, not even really talking to no damn body. So she said he told her he wanted to find a house. He starts getting on realtor.com, looking at all the homes that he could look at. Now that's when things were 50 cents, because you know, you could pretty much get a flight for $1.75. The whole world was shut down, and he decided that he was going to look for them a home. So they started looking for houses, and he said he was going to put in a cash offer for over $400,000. That's the first lie. So she's sitting up here thinking, oh my gosh, you can afford that? Now, mind you, he said that he was a VP at a condiment company. Now, it's given Heinz, but I can't verify. Okay, so that's allegedly. So she was like, oh, he's a VP. He got the shmoney. So then she said she went to go look for the house, and he was giving her the runaround with the realtor because he was saying that things were falling through and that, you know, he had put in an offer. They didn't accept it. And I mean, just telling all kinds of lies. Basically, she didn't get the house. After the lies for the house child, he said he was going to get a company car, but he had to go and pick it out. But due to the panorama, he had to get some things moved around and things were going to be taking longer. So, oh yeah, let me not forget that, Kimmy. Thank you. He also told her that he played arena football and he had all this money. He had some offshore accounts. It was given very much Gil from Married at First Sight when he was telling Mirla that he had all that money in those Swiss bank accounts. It was given away. My checking and my savings is set up. So after that, he said he was going to look for a company car. So she was like, cool, a company car. He's like, I'm going to get you one too, baby. Cars for everyone. And you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Giving very much Oprah. So she's like, yeah, I want a G5. I want this. I want that. Baby, she wanted a BMW. So he said, what you want? Your wish is my command. Had her test driving cars all around the time we had to wear the mask. So, baby, she got the mask on and she test driving and whatnot. They got her driver's license. She riding around. She getting it. So they go from car dealership to car dealership, only to find out that that was a lie. So when he went to this car dealership, he was having pretend phone calls with the people who were supposedly supposed to buy the car. So he was like, what do I need to do? Do I need to transfer the money? You need to transfer the money? The car costs $150,000. That's cool with you. That's cool with me. He was lying, y'all. The whole time he was lying. But Risa, knowing that someone right, she was like, well, he paying the bill, child, so we can go and keep sleeping head to foot. Mind you, she is now sleeping with the enemy. Okay? She is sleeping with the enemy. So he started lying to her about house after house. I got so tired of hearing about them going to look for a house. I didn't know what to do. He had went behind her back and said that he put in an offer with a realtor that was his friend because the realtor that they were using He wanted to give the business to his friend, so he went behind her back and did that, only for her to go on realtor.com and realize that the house was under contract. So, baby, what she see that for? She called the people and she's like, this house is under contract. And the people said, yeah. So she's thinking he was telling the truth about them being under contract. So she said, oh, okay. Well, that means we're about to get the house. Lo and behold, honey, it was a cute old Caucasian couple. Wasn't even them. I said, baby, this is a fool. So after all of that, she still stayed with him, y'all. Then she ended up getting pregnant. So she ended up getting pregnant and the pregnancy was not viable, right? So she had a miscarriage. She had to go and have a D&C. Mind you, this is during the era of the panorama. So there cannot be but one person in there with you. He tells her, I'm going to get my sister to take you. She says, I don't know your sister. She said, she's a stranger. I don't want her taking me nowhere. I'm going to call my friend, because he said he couldn't get off from his VP job. Baby, if you're the vice president and your soon-to-be wife is having a D&C, you need to go. What are you even talking about? So, child, he tells her that the sister is going to take her to the hospital, y'all, only to find out he ain't got no sister. So who were you going to send to take her to the hospital? Say what now? Oh, okay. No damn body. So the sister don't exist. The grandma, he said the grandma passed away from C19 in 2020. Come to find out, that was a lie. We need Maury. The lie detector test determined his whole life is a lie. So we are now on chapter 36, where she has put him out. His health started deteriorating. Baby, it is giving a real life Tyler Perry production. Do you hear me? His knee is aching, but he's steady losing weight by the day. He's looking emaciated. Everything's sunken in. He's bedridden. Baby, he can't eat. He can't sleep. He can't get up. And the whole time, she playing Inspector Gadget. So now she's putting all the pieces together. Now, what went on is she left one job and got another job, and they wanted the background check. She had to add him because now they're married. So she asked for his social security number. Well, baby, when she asked for the social security number, she realized that the one that he gave her when they got married and the CPN that he done gave her now, they don't match. So she runs a background check. The background check comes back that he ain't never even been to no San Diego, no San Francisco, or nothing else. Okay, he ain't never been nowhere near California, but he lied and said that he had family from there and that he went to San Francisco State or San Diego. He went somewhere in California, but he never did. She couldn't take no more. She said she snapped. And when I heard her say she snapped, baby, I remember that day. Baby, I could have been locked up. I could have been in the same situation as her. She said she snapped. She yanked them covers off of him. She told him, get your and get out. She wanted him to get the hell on. So, baby, he was taking too long because he walked with a dip, walk with a dip. You know, his knee hurting and whatnot. She said, let me tell you something. I don't know where you're going to go, but you got to get the hell out of here. So he called his aunt, and his aunt is like, I'm going to send you some money so you can come to Philly, and, you know, we're going to get you. You're going to be all right. We're going to get you on your feet. She in the background yelling, he got money. What happened to your offshore bank accounts? Mind you, he showed her his Chase bank account and somewhere else, honey. I think it was a credit union or something. He had $15,000 in one and $9,000 in the other. He working on the floor down there at the Frito-Lay, let me tell it. She said he be leaving home in rubber bottom shoes. If you are a VP, you are not wearing no damn slip resistant shoes. Talking about he got to be out on the floor. Baby, that's what they wear at Burger King. They wear the slip resistant shoes in the restaurant. You are working in a warehouse. You are working in a factory, and you ain't fooling me. But he was fooling her. So, baby, now she kicking him out because she is pissed. So she cussing, going off. She called her mama. Her mama lives in Arkansas. The mama was like, you better get out because she finna KILL. She gonna unalive you. You got to go. He's still hemming and hawing, but they think he hemming and hawing, but he can't walk. So she sees that there's some Powerade bottles all around the bed. So she was like, what is going on? Now, he was trying to get his electrolytes on, so she didn't really pay too much mind to it. Come to find out they were full of piss. I said, oh, my God. Baby, he had been peeing in the cups. He couldn't even make it to the toilet. So she told him, you take your piss samples and go. So he cleaned up all the pee, right? Puts it in the trash bag and he gone. So she threw his 2 duffel bags in the back seat, but he left his WWE wrestling trophies or whatever the hell he had going on. He left some watches and some hard bottom shoes and whatever else he was collecting. He left it at the house. So she was like, you got to go. So she gets in the car and not knowing what she gonna do because she don't know how to divorce nobody. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no property, you're good. He gonna tell her he's trying to contest the divorce. Sir, if you don't go to hell respectfully. So she gets in her car and drives to where he is, but she takes her aunt with her. They get to where he is. She said the man wore a 3X, y'all. But when they got there, the man was down to a large. She didn't even recognize him. He was a former shell of himself. So she's looking at him and she's like, okay, that's all good, but sign on the dotted line, okay? Because I'm going to need to get rid of you. So everybody's looking because he stinks. He's been living in his car. He hasn't bathed in like a week or a month of Sundays. So now, not only has he lost his health, he's lost his woman, he's lost his damn mind. So she said, just sign right here. I need your John Hancock. So he signs. She looks at him and he smells like I'll be damned. So she said, you know what? Even though you smell and whatnot, I'm going to go and give you $5 so you can get yourself some chicken nuggets. Yes, I said chicken nuggets. Baby, not a Happy Meal. So she tells him, I'm going to let you get some chicken nuggets on my dime. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why he can't just get his chicken nuggets from his offshore account? So, child, she give him $5 so he can get out of the McDonald's, honey, and get him what he wants. He tells her, you know, I've been living in my car, sir. We don't give a damn. After that, she said, I kind of felt bad, y'all. I really did. I really felt like it just kind of tugged at my heart. Child, please. I wish I would. I wouldn't care nothing about his little funky self. You and your chicken nuggets can kick rocks. You lied. You confused me. You gaslit me. I'm going crazy. This is a fool. And that was the end of the episode. Baby, we are part 36. I don't know what's going to happen after that. But now she done talked to the cousin. The cousin done told her, baby, it's all a lie. The cousin done told her, baby, it's a lie. Everything that he has told you, it's a lie. Okay? You can't believe nothing that this man says. Everything that he says is a lie. He ain't got no sister. The sister that he claims he has, that is my daughter, and he hasn't spoken to her in over 20 years. And y'all get this. He is a twin. So it is two of them. Now, the twin is much more, upper echelon than he is. And sources say, aka the TikTok, that he just wanted to one up the brother. Now, in the middle of this story, she's dropping a few names. She dropped a lady's name that was one of his ex-wives, right? How he keep getting these women? I have no idea. But everybody's been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray. Now, her son is on TikTok telling his side of the story. And the son said, look at him. One thing I got to say is that this man is diabolical. Everything that she said that he did that shit, okay? He did it. And now because she named him Legion, okay? That was the name that she gave him. She said that Legion did all of these things. He takes the TikTok and says, it's a lie. The reason why I divorced her is because I caught her cheating. Oh, and let me tell you about this. Okay, so she explained this during her story time, but I left that part out. What happened was one day she was at work. She comes home and she had told him about a previous relationship that she had. That's why you cannot talk too much. Don't give them nothing, because anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of TikTok. So, baby, he tells her, I saw a man come here earlier looking for you. And she was like, looking for me? He said, yeah, and he was in a Dodge Charger. Well, y'all know that's the thought mobile for the men's back in the day. She said, a Dodge Charger? Well, how did he look? Was he tall? Was he short? Did he wear a hat? Did he have a limp? Did he have one eye, one leg? How did he look? So she was giving him a description and allowing him to describe the man. So she did process of elimination, and it was down to one man. Well, she knew it couldn't be him because he don't roll like that. And he definitely wouldn't be caught dead in a Dodge Charger. So it couldn't have been him. So she started using her thinker. And she said, let me go next door because that lady has a Ring camera and she can see my house. So she calls the lady. No, she texted her. And she said, girl, can you say for certain if someone came to my house the other day? So the lady goes back to the Ring. And she's like, I don't see nobody, girl. She said, well, okay. Well, if you don't see a car, did you see anybody walk up? She said, girl, no, I ain't seen nobody walk up. Now, Risa is keeping this information in the chamber, but she knows that he's lying. So Risa comes to the conclusion that maybe he was just trying to get a rise out of her. Now, she skimmed on past that, but baby, he wouldn't have been able to sleep with me because you done fabricated the whole story of a man coming over that never came. So you setting me up for the okie doke right here. He's on the TikTok now saying that she's a liar. Everything she said was a lie. And he broke up with her and filed for divorce because she was cheating on him. And that's the same lie that he told her about that ex. He said that the ex did the same thing to him. Oh, but what he say that for? The ex who is the son's mama, she got a TikTok too. And she's supposedly this radio host / rapper. So baby, she over there rapping 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, Legion out the door. And I'm like, I know that's right, bars. So she's saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all leave me out of this. I only created a TikTok so that I could talk about it, but I'm out of it. Girl, if you out of it, then you shouldn't be talking about it. So she said, listen, I have nothing to do with this. If Legion and this woman are going through that, I feel bad for her, but I don't have anything to do with that. And the reason why I got away from him and I didn't file for divorce, he filed for divorce from me, is because when you file, you have to tell the person where you stay. And I did not want him to know where I lived because I was afraid of him. And that's pretty much all I got. That's pretty much all I got. That's it. That's it, honey. That's pretty much all I got. Yes, that's his stepson. And the stepson was saying, baby, that he lived in the house with Legion. And he knows that Legion is a fool because he tried to nuck and buck to his mama. Now, the stepson is homeless, but the mama over there riding around and she getting it. I'm confused at that part, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But that's pretty much how it's going down. And everybody is going up on a Tuesday for Miss Risa because, you know, either we've had some situations like that in the past or we've had a pathological liar to cross our paths. These people are narcissists and they will make up any old thing. And baby, it made me think back to when that ex told me that he was from a different city and state. Child, it's so much going on, child. I had inserted a little story time that was kind of semi story time that I have to elaborate on. But yeah, I can understand what she went through. But what I didn't understand is why you continue to go look for a house. No, we don't look for no house with him. Girl, it's clear he can't get us a house. Tommy said, thank you for the super chat, Tommy. I think Jessica should have told him in the beginning that she had a daughter. It's her fault to force that on the guy. She should have had another connection. I agree with you, Tommy. I agree. Tommy was like, let's bring it back, ma'am. We're here for Love is Blind. You're right, Tommy. I agree with you. I said that. Because, I mean, she should have told him right as soon, not as soon as she sat down, but while they were getting to know each other. And I just want to let you know that I have a daughter. And I understand if you're not ready for that type of responsibility. But for you to just carry on and then not make any other connections, I mean, that's on you. So what you gonna do? I'm just saying, child. But yeah, that's pretty much the recap of it all, honey. Something's wrong with him. Let me see what Shayla said. LaToya, the wife she found in the obituary. Mm-hmm. Baby, it is so many moving parts to this story. And I know a lot of people were on there kind of judging Risa, but let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to get your Moesha on and hit that record button and hit them with a Dear Diary because you got to release it. And I feel like, why not release it and get a bag from it? Okay, because she definitely going to get paid if she don't do nothing else. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what everybody been talking about. Now, we have not yet made it to part number 50. I haven't made it that far either. I'm going along with the story as I put it out. But yeah, that's pretty much sums up 1 through 36. He is a very scary man. The fact that you have literally created an alternate universe that you're a part of. Sir, everything that you said was a lie. Like, what is going on? That is crazy. I just, child, I just can't even. Oh, yeah, he was talking to the women over on the Facebook, honey, and one of them was named Peaches. And baby, Peaches, you got to pay to play. That's all I'm going to say. And so, baby, he over there asking her about the hand jobs of it all. And she told him $80, baby. That must have been too much money because he never heard from her again. Baby, Peaches said, that'll be $80. And honey, she never heard from him again. So what I say is, I'm happy that she got out unscathed. And also, God always gives us an out because although it is very sad to lose any child, yes, it is. I totally understand. I think that that was her reprieve because had she had a child with this crazy man, do you know the amount of turmoil and confusion and utter chaos she would have lived through for the next 18 years? This is crazy. I mean, it's just so much going on, honey. So I hope I summed it up pretty well. Thank y'all for joining me for this live. We're going to wrap this thing up. We had a good old time, honey. We had a good old time as per usual. What I think is we should probably have a separate live to talk about it once I make it through all 50 parts, and then we can get into more detail and maybe look at a few of the parts. Maybe we should do that. But as for right now, we're going to wrap this on up, honey. We have talked about everything we need to talk about. And quite frankly, the people on Love is Blind tomorrow, I know they finna knock our socks off. I'm thinking it's gonna be a fool. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Chris said, excellent recap. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all know I can do a review if I can't do nothing else. Okay. Look, Peaches said not to be confused with Peaches with the Z. Okay. Or not to be confused with the other Peach. This is Peach, not the Peach Patch Peach. We talking about a totally different Peaches, honey. And Peaches said, if you ain't got the money, then she ain't got the time. Child, this is a whole fool. Anywho, y'all, I will meet y'all here next week because the other episodes are about to premiere tomorrow. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a review or if I just want to do a live. What y'all think? Because I feel like them reviews took me down, y'all. They took me down because 6 episodes review all at once. And I don't like to wait too long to review a show because I feel like it loses its luster. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should do the review or if I should just do it live. I don't know. I'll put a poll on the community post and then y'all can tell me there. Anywho, enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for the super chats and the cash apps. I will meet y'all back here later. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Night, night, y'all. Night, night.